Here we're going to talk about the second standardized process for data mining called Cross-Industry Standard Process for Data Mining, and in short, it's CRISP-DM. Cross-Industry Standard Process for Data Mining has been around for quite a long time. It might be the second longest lasting data mining process, along with KDD being the first. It's proposed in 1990s, mid to late 1990s, by a European consortium of companies, including ISL, Integrated Solutions Limited, which was the original owner of IBM SPSS Modeler, which was purchased by SPSS later on, which collectively purchased by IBM just a few years ago. In addition to ISL, NCR and owner of Mercedes, Daimler Chrysler, was part of that consortium who developed CRISP-DM methodology and put it out there for everyone to use. It is by far the most popular data mining process. And in CRISP-DM, data mining is the whole process. It's not one task within the process, but data mining is the process from start to end. And it's the most complete process out of all the processes that we're going to look at in the context of data mining methodologies. It supports feedbacks, checks, and balances to make sure that everything that feeds from one task into the next is properly created and transferred. Here is the pictorial depiction of CRISP-DM process. It's a 6-step process. Each step has several sub-steps within them. For those of you who are interested in learning more about CRISP-DM, if you do a search, you will find the standardized report generated for CRISP-DM on the web. It's in PDF format. Now it's being distributed freely over the internet by IBM. So if you do a quick search, you will find it. In step 1, the task is to identify what specific problem you're interested in addressing in this particular data mining project. It's also called the business understanding. If you're not part of the business itself, it will take a longer time for you to familiarize yourself with the ins and outs of the specific business. For instance, if you're not in medical domain and you want to do a medical data related data mining project, then you need to learn the terminology. You need to learn the specifics about that domain so that you can properly formulate the problem that you are going to try to answer using data mining process. Leaving business understanding, going into data understanding is the well-defined problem statement that you're trying to address. Data understanding means, is there data to be able to answer this question? Where is the data? In what form the data is? It might be in multiple locations, in multiple forms and fashions, which you need to bring together, integrate, consolidate, turn it into a unified platform of data to conduct data mining on. Now, once you do that, the next step, step 3, is the data preparation, converting data into a form that the data mining tool that you're going to be using will understand properly. Okay? Some data mining tools are more restrictive about it. Some are more intelligent, if you will, that even if you present data in a slightly different format, it reformats it internally before it pushes it into the data mining algorithms. Okay, step 1, 2, 3, we still haven't seen the data mining tool yet. However, we spend probably 85 to 90% of our project time in step 1, 2, and 3. It's the most tedious process that you have to go through to make sure that everything is lined up properly. Because as the saying goes, garbage in, garbage out. If you don't do your due diligence in the step 1 to 3, whatever it is that you do in the data mining will not produce actionable insights. So once you're done with data preparation, you go into the fun part of CRISP-DM, where you build models, you assess the accuracy of the models, you look at the patterns that the models are producing, you change the model type, look at it again, you combine the outcomes of the models. That's where the knowledge and patterns are discovered and interpret it and analyze and validate it. Once you have the models developed and you're satisfied with their accuracy level, with their consistency, with their validity, then it moves into step 5, where you test and evaluate the findings against the business question, the problem that actually started in the first place, because this is a lengthy process. You might lose the focus of what it is that started the process. You might be answering the questions that you did not pose in step 1. So you need to make sure that your models are answering or helping you better understand the ins and outs of the problem that started the process in the first place in step 1 in business understanding. Once you're confident that it does what it's supposed to, then you deploy the results. Deployment would be answering the question and being done with the data mining project, or taking those patterns, those business rules, those algorithm outcomes, and plugging them into your business processes for continuous decision aid. It could be, for instance, a prediction model that determines who are those students that are at risk of not returning in the second year. So every now and then you run the algorithm to identify the students so they become a part of your Student Success Center's computerized information system, the decision support system that they actually use to do what they do to increase and maintain their high level of student retention. So CRISP-DM is a complete process that starts from business understanding, assuming that you don't know anything about the business, and ends with the deployment of the final results back into the business world for faster, better decision-making processes.